In this quick video, we're going to go ahead and create a new user role in the Moodle 2.0 system. Now, the first thing you have to do is be logged in as an administrator. The times you may want to create a new user role is if, for example, you have a different class of student or perhaps some administrators who you want to give certain rights to. Moodle comes by default with roles of administrator, course creator, teacher, guest teacher, and student. So let's say you wanted to have a teacher that was not able to add or delete assignments perhaps, or has some additional roles that you want. That's where you'd have to create a new role. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into site administration. We're going to go into users. We're going to go into permissions, and then we're going to go into define roles. And again, that's site administrator, users, permissions, and define roles. Now, we're going to go ahead down to the bottom here, and we can add a new role. Once we add that new role, there's a role name that comes up. I'm going to call this test role 1. I'm going to give it a short name, test role 1, and a description. This is a test user role for Moodle 200. Okay. Role archetype, we're going to base it on our teacher. In other words, what role are we inheriting? So I'm going to base it on an editing teacher. And I'm going to say that this role can be assigned in a course, it can be assigned in a category, it can be assigned in an activity module, and it can be assigned in a block. Now, what you do is you go down the rest of here and select what, basically you go down now here, and you say, okay, what do they have rights to do? If it's not set, it's based on its parent type. Then you can either allow or deny or prohibit. Okay, so I'm basically saying in the authorize, this user cannot upload CSC assignments. Then we can go down and you all the way down here. What are they allowed to do? What are they not allowed to do? And if it's not set, it inherits it from the prior role. I don't want this role to be able to configure question types. I don't want them to be able to create new users. I don't want them to be able to create new courses. I don't want them to be able to read all the messages on the site. I don't want them to be able to upload new users. So you have to go down here and I don't want them to be able to delete or create users. And then once you have what you want them to be able to do, you want to come down here to the bottom, all the way down at the bottom of the screen, and you click Create This Role. Once you click Create This Role, you will see them back down here that there's now a test role 1 down at the bottom. So again, roles are used to give permissions to different functionality on the Moodle system. We can create a role based on another role, and we will adjust the assignments, the permissions based from that. To edit that role, you can hover over the pen and the hand and the pencil, and you can go back in there and change anything you want to change on that role. I'm going to cancel out because I don't want to save any changes since I didn't make any. The other thing you can do is you can create a new role by copying that role. So if I want to make a copy of manager and create a new role on that, I can click ×2. And now I have a manager copy and I can create that role. And all of a sudden my system now has a role of manager, which is an administrator, and then who has rights to everything, and then I can back that off by changing the rights to the different roles as we move forward. The next video we will actually assign these roles to an activity inside of a course. And in this case, just for security purposes, I'm going to delete that copy of the manager role by using the little X to the right side of it, because I do not want to have extra roles sitting around. Don't have extra security settings sitting around when you don't use them.